It's a typical day in Texas during World War II. British soldiers are stationed at Bryan Air Force Base watching as the Americans were evacuating their AT-6 Texan trainers in the face of an oncoming storm. They began questioning the construction of the aircraft, ripping the American pilots, calling their trusty AT-6 Texans inferior. The banter was relentless, and it struck a nerve with Colonel Joseph B. Duckworth, who was the lead flight instructor. In an almost cinematic twist, Duckworth made a bold bet in a bar. Okay, so that may not be factually accurate. Some believe it was in a bar, others believe it was over breakfast. Whatever you would like to believe is up to you. But a bet was indeed made. He wagered that he could fly into the hurricane and then back out using nothing but his instruments. Imagine the disbelief and excitement. So Duckworth, without official permission and with his navigator Ralph O'Hare, climbed into their AT-6 Texan, took off and intended to face the wrath of Mother Nature head on. As they approached Galveston, the air traffic control tower at Houston Airport asked them on the radio if they realized there was a hurricane. When informed of their plans, the tower asked sarcastically where to send the search parties to find their wreckage, to which Duckworth boldly replied, "No need." Relying only on their instruments, they navigated through the raging hurricane. The cockpit must have been a mixture of concentration and adrenaline. It was, as you can imagine, a very bumpy ride. With wind speeds reaching up to 95 miles per hour and a wall of water in front of them, Duckworth's only means of reaching the eye was to keep the wings level and stay focused on his flight instruments. And miraculously, they emerged on the other side unscathed. Their safe landing was nothing short of heroic. The base's weather officer, Lieutenant William Jones Burdick, met them there and asked them to be taken into the storm to collect data. So Lieutenant Williams took over the navigator's seat and Duckworth flew into the storm for a second time. Duckworth today is celebrated as the father of instrument flying and the first man to have successfully flown through the eye of a hurricane. He not only showed the resilience of the AT-6 Texan, but also the incredible potential and value of instrument flying. This daring feat earned him a spot in history, making him the first hurricane hunter. But how did we get from there to where we are today? These big computer-generated images and animations of hurricanes that we see on the news stations every year. Also, why can't we use satellites to monitor these storms without risking the lives of men and women? To answer that, we first need to understand how hurricanes form and function.